looking at some other equations, like one's a little bit harder. Now, we've solved these ones in the prelim course using degrees, and the only thing that's going to change is that instead of degrees, we're using radians. So it's exactly the same. So 2 cos x plus 1, we know that we've got to simplify that and get down to cos of x is equal to minus a half. Now, what angles are going to give us minus a half? We know a related angle would be pi and 3, because inverse cos of a half is pi and 3, or 60 degrees. So it's negative, so we've got the second quadrant, and the third quadrant is where this angle's going to be. So 180 minus 60, or pi minus pi and 3, gives us 2 pi and 3. So 1 minus a third. 1 plus a third, so we're going to add pi and 3 to pi, because we're in the third quadrant. So it's 180 plus the 60 gives us 240, or 4 pi and 3. So we're going back, we're using that idea of, like we did before, which quadrant we're in. If we're in the second quadrant, we're subtracting the angle from pi. In the third quadrant, we're adding the angle to pi. Cos of x is plus 2 is equal to 0. No, so cos of x is equal to minus 2. So remember, this has got no solutions. It doesn't matter whether in radians or degrees. It's got no solutions, because you can't have cos of an angle being anything other than between minus 1 and 1. So it can't be minus 2. Cos of x plus 1 is equal to 0. Cos of x is going to be equal to minus 1. So again, you could put it in the calculator. If you put it in the calculator and use radians, it's going to give you pi. If you're using degrees, it'll give you 180 degrees. And you know that 180 degrees is equal to pi, so you're able to put your answer in radians. In question 3 here, we're looking at some other ones where we've got the values of x between 0 and 2 pi. So our answer is going to be in one rotation of the one revolution. So root 2 sine of x is equal to 1. Manipulate it, so we divide by the 1 on root 2. And again, what quadrant's sine positive in? It's positive in the first and the second. So we get the pi and 4 as a related angle, and 3 pi and 4 is 180, or pi minus the pi and 4, or minus 45. That's the same as 135. So keep that in mind. Keep going and doing those same relationships, and